is that
Your core message.
all pregnant families, parents, need to understand the crucial nature of the building blocks of an unborn baby. The building block that comes from what we eat, the bioavailability of the protein that we eat, and that refers to how the body uses what it is that we eat most efficiently. So that would be called bioavailability. So we want good protein that is bioavailable to make this baby, and we want it as much as possible for 24 hours a day, as much as we can do that. So in order to measure whether or not we are getting enough food protein to build this baby, there is a test, a blood test that can easily be done called human albumin or total protein. It comes with most blood tests. They measure this with most blood tests. And what I'm proposing is that all expectant parents talk to their physicians about, please make sure that you're measuring total protein and or human albumin. Then I suggest that parents take the responsibility of looking at these numbers. It's right there on the test. So they ask for a test. They ask for the results of the test. Look at the numbers. If they're low, on the low side, they know they need to increase their protein levels. Simple as that. That is the core message.
That's wonderful. And Lenore, I understand this has been impassioned in you because of your background. Share with me who you are and why this is so important to you.
This comes from my insides because I lost 3 babies. And I believe down to my core that the reason I lost them was that I had not enough knowledge about the relationship between a good prenatal nutritional plan and a healthy baby. I lost one at 28 weeks, at 22 weeks, and at 32 weeks. These were healthy, strong-looking babies, and I had no other physical problems that would have indicated that I might lose these babies. But according to the research that I've done since then, I fully believe that it was because I did not have the knowledge or the means or whatever it takes to really pay attention to my diet. I was in graduate school. I was thinking about getting my degree, etc., etc. So I just didn't pay any attention to my nutrition. And for me, that's the reason I had these preemie babies. And none of the obstetricians talked with me about this. Even after I lost 2 babies, they never talked with me about my prenatal nutrition. So then in the 70s, I was privileged enough to study with Dr. Tom Brewer, who spent his lifetime teaching people like me who happen to be a childbirth educator the relationship between a good prenatal nutritional diet and a healthy outcome. He called his babies blue ribbon babies. So we had a relationship from the 70s until he died in 2005. And I have a whole box full of correspondence from him.
That's wonderful. Now, I have a question. Where you're sitting in this, I understand it's been important to you for a very, very long time, and now it's extra important. I understand that you've had a recent diagnosis, and maybe you can share that with us.
Well, I've had a diagnosis of cancer of the pancreas, and it's a little bit confusing because some of the tests indicate that I might have had metastatic cancer to the liver, and other tests say they find nothing in the liver. So we're looking at any number of things in the tests and deciding the route to go. And I've chosen to go the alternative route. I have hope that whatever will be, but I would hope to get my message out before, if and when I'm not going to be around any longer, which doesn't bother me at this point, because I'm a great believer in an afterlife that we can't even begin to describe.
I understand. I think it's wonderful that this is, although not related, I understand that your body, your spiritual belief and who you are is that there's a concern for people. And with your experience, and again, you were talking about your pregnancies, and although that's very personal to you, you not only have held it in your heart, you want to share your experience, and you want people to be able to rise above where you were at those times. There's a lot of women that experience loss, and I think that it's wonderful that you have such a very simple but very important message that I believe could make a big difference. And when you were talking about your statistics, and in fact showing them to me the other day, as far as American women, we shouldn't be where we are when it comes to the loss of mothers, the loss of babies, the development of these babies, that there could be a lot of heartache that it sounds to me as if could be avoided by just this one simple plan. How do you believe it could be manifested, other than just maybe a message online, anything? How do you believe that would be best manifested, this message?
Well, one way would be through social media. Another way would be educating people from kindergarten on about the beauty of our bodies, the magnificence of cellular metabolism, and our ability to procreate. For me, it's a miracle. It's a wonderful, wonderful miracle. And fortunately, I was blessed with 3 very amazing children. But I think I would not have had the grief and the loss had I understood certain basic principles. And any veterinarian understands this. They generally feed the pregnant animals, especially if they're into dairy production or creating healthy piglets. They study the nutritional health of these pregnant animals without any question. So why we don't emphasize this in our prenatal care, I'll never understand.
It does seem kind of mixed up a little bit. I appreciate this. I appreciate that you've taken the time that you have, and that you've given quite a bit of it to me. I'll work with this the best I can. I think there's a lot of people that have access, and I definitely have some connections when it comes to the internet. I hope that we can expound heavily on this. You've given me some reading material, and we will do the best we can with this message. Do you have any final words to our viewers?
Well, this is a great privilege to be talking with you, and I have the easiest time in the world looking at people's faces and sharing what I've learned. I have a great difficulty in trying to write any of this down, so that you're willing to spend the time with me really warms my heart. And I have some fantastic stories that I can tell you at another time.
Lenore, thank you so much. You're very precious to me. And believe me, there'll be a lot of young women, young men, families who can benefit from this, and we appreciate this time again. We do. Thank you. Blessings to you.